This is the rarest and the best BMW M140i that you've never even heard of. All of the things that you would look to do aftermarket wise to improve this car have been done. Hello and welcome back to the channel, and today we've got a little bit of a different video. Usually we do a lot of dealer videos, behind the scenes, picking cars up, prepping cars ready for sale and all that sort of stuff. We don't usually do car reviews. However, I've got a super special car behind me that I thought it only right to do a full video on it and show you guys the BMW M140i that you've probably never heard of. Behind me, I've got a BMW Championship Edition M140i. Now, there's only 30 of these ever produced by BMW. They were made to commemorate the British Touring Car Championship success in 2017. And yeah, they made 30 of them. It is essentially a standard Shadow Edition BMW 3-door 140i. However, they've gone and added a few little extra bits to make sure that this would be a special edition. And obviously the 140i is essentially the last of the proper hot hatches, the best of the modern hot hatches. It's rear wheel drive, it's got the B58 3-litre producing around 340 horsepower. Now BMW have moved on, they've got 4 cylinders, 2 litres and 4-wheel drive for the younger brother of the 140i, which is the new M135i. And a lot of people, they don't like the look of the car, they don't like the way it drives, and they just feel BMW have gone away from what they truly are. So being the last of its generation, the last of the good modern hot hatches, the 140i really stands out and already is holding its value extremely well. This is a step up from that, and this is essentially the last iteration, the best iteration of the 140i and the 3-litre modern hot hatches. So I'm going to walk you through this car today. I'm going to show you all the extras you get. I'm going to talk to you about why it's so special, and we're going to take it for a drive and really feel, is it better than the normal 140i? And is this a car that makes a great collector's piece and potentially will start to appreciate in the future as an investment? Let's get into it. Let's start with the exterior of this car and all the changes BMW have made to make it a special edition. Now, this is in Alpine white, just like all 30 of the special editions are. And the most obvious change is this lovely pin strip, BMW pin strip, all the way down the side of the car with the Championship Edition writing here. Now, this is essentially the same as the livery on the British Touring Car Championship cars, and they've done the same thing with the M140i. Now, apart from that, we have got some other subtle changes, such as carbon mirror caps from factory. We've got a lovely gloss back spoiler as well. Obviously, with it being a Shadow Edition, on the rear, we have the tinted rear headlights, and down below, we've got the carbon exhaust tips as well, because it's got the M Performance exhaust, which we'll get onto later on when we're driving the vehicle. Front end, we've got the gloss black kidney grills as well, and essentially it's very, very subtle changes, apart from obviously the big pin strip down the side. And to be honest, if you didn't know about the Championship Edition and you saw this, you'd think it was some boy racer just trying to put a pin strip on the side of his car to make it look a little bit cool. This is here from factory, so it's okay to stay. And also, this specific example has got some aftermarket alloys. These aren't the standard alloys that it comes in for the Championship Edition. They're very CS style alloys, and they protrude slightly with a nice offset, giving it a bit more of a stance, a bit more of a track offset, as this is essentially a track focused and track inspired vehicle. The first standout feature that we can see is we've got Alcantara fabric seats. Now, these are actually Euro spec M140i seats. You couldn't spec these in the UK, but over in Europe you could. They decided to put these in for the M140i Championship Edition. They're Alcantara with blue stitching and fabric in the inserts, and I actually really like them. I think they look a lot sportier, I think they look a lot better and more modern than the Dakota leather that you would usually get in the M140i's. However, I've had some comments online that people don't really like these seats and they think they're a bit ugly. To be honest, if they were doing a final iteration of the M140i, I do think they could have put some more M-style seats in the car. We've then got an Alcantara M Performance steering wheel. Now, again, a little bit more track focused. We've got some dry carbon inserts here, and yeah, it's a little bit of an upgrade. It does stand out a little bit more than the standard M140i's, and I think it's a nice touch. clutch. We've got some Alcantara around the gearbox insert. We've then got a dry carbon insert on top of the Alcantara and dry carbon on the gear shifter itself, which is another little touch. With it being the Shadow Edition, we've obviously got the Harman Kardon, we've got reverse cam, we've got Pro Nav, we've got all the other features that you'd expect to have on an M140i and that you'd want to have. And then finally, interior, we have this, a plaque. This is a plaqued M140i. It says here Championship Edition, 1 of 30, which, as I said, it is 1 of 30 cars. And this plaque is the thing that will keep the value on this car and hopefully push it up in the future. Any car with a plaque, any limited run car, they do tend to sell well and also go for more money in the future. There are obviously a lot of M140i's on the road, but to say you own a 1 of 30 Championship Edition is very unique. Now, we've run through the exterior and interior changes that BMW have made to make this a special edition car. However, the main differences and the main reasons why this car is so special, I haven't told you about. They are all internal, and we're going to take this for a drive, talk about the other changes and why it makes this BMW M140i probably as close to an M car as it should have been from the start. Before we get into it, let me introduce myself. I'm Max, I'm the owner of MP Auto Group, and we're a sports and performance car dealership based in Shropshire. We started this YouTube channel to show you guys the behind the scenes of what happens at a car dealership, and all the support, all the comments, all the likes, they mean more than you can think, and they also help us make better videos for you guys to watch. So if you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, leave a comment, share the video, keep up to date with all the videos that we're going to be posting, because we're going to try and grow this channel as much as we can this year. Thank you very much, and let's get back to the video. I know what you're thinking. I haven't gone and got changed just to drive the car. We're a few days later, weather, handovers, all sorts of stuff got the best of us. I wasn't able to take the championship out. However, today is Sunday and the weather is glorious. It is dry, it is perfect weather to be taking this championship edition out and showing you all the reasons why mechanically it's special and different. First things first, we've got to take it to the petrol station. It has no fuel in it. Typical car dealer, I know, but we've been back and forth, in and out of the unit, videoing it, getting it prepped, and I haven't wanted to drive it in the awful weather. So we're going to put some fuel in it, then we're going to go on a drive, and I'll tell you exactly what makes this car so special, like I'd said, and all the differences it has compared to the normal 140i. First things first though, I'm going to tell you why the car isn't so good. What did they miss out on? This car does not have an upgraded suspension. The 140s, they're an M Light, as you'd like to call them, an M Light. They're not going to put a crazy suspension on it because then it'll be competing with the M cars, same as LSDs, things like that. If they start doing that sort of stuff, it competes with the M cars, no one's going to buy them. With the M Lights, we've got a standard 1 Series with a big chunky B58 in the front, and as fun as it is, the suspension lets it down in terms of the actual handling performance. Now, one thing they did not do with this Championship Edition is touch the suspension. This is on the same suspension setup as the standard 140i, and I think they missed a trick with that, because the one thing it's missing that I think would make this car absolutely perfect, essentially a smaller M2, a 1M, a new 1M, if you would, is the suspension. I know it's the B58 and we're saying it's an M-Light engine, it's not like the S58, the S55s. I do think with a suspension setup, this thing would be competing with the M cars, but it's okay, because the next two things that they've done are very, very important. I'm going to flick the car up into sport, and that will open the valves, and that is very, very important on this car, because from factory it has an M Performance exhaust. If we open these windows up, drop a few gears, we can hear that B58 sing. Now, stock, especially with the GPFs, the cars don't sound the best at all. The pre-GPF 140i's, they do sound good, but still, I do think having a little resonator delete, getting an exhaust system makes a hell of a lot of difference. But the M Performance exhaust, carbon tips, this thing does sound great. That sounds good. I don't know if you can hear it as well. It has a little bit of an overrun burble to it as well. it sounds great. This M Performance exhaust gives the car just that little bit extra that it needs. It's not over the top, it's not droney at all. It's obviously still got its resonators and everything like that, but it really does just increase it up a little bit more. It gives the 140i that M car sound that you'd want. So now we're going to get onto the final point, but the most important point. This car from factory comes with an LSD. Everyone complains that the 140i's do not have an LSD. That is what makes them so snappy at the back end. The open diff is the cause of a lot of crashes and problems with these 140i's, and the reason why the insurances are so expensive on them. The B58, which is a very, very responsive and power delivering engine, with an open diff, especially damp conditions and wet conditions, it will snap on you, and a lot of people try and then correct it. It'll snap the other way. It is cause for disaster. However, the Championship Edition has an LSD from factory, and I tell you now, it is night and day difference to drive this car. It'll slide just like your M cars, but it'll snap itself back. That's what the LSD is there to do. It almost makes them a little bit more fun being able to control them, but at the same time a little bit less scary. I think the 140i's can be very scary at times, but this thing, even without an upgraded suspension, can handle amazingly. It is like I said, night and day difference, and that's what pushes it that extra bit closer to it being in the ranks of the M cars. I think the reason why the 140, again, because it's an M Light, putting an LSD in there would make it that good of a car that it would maybe hinder people from buying the M2. You know, you're getting a car a lot cheaper with almost the same capabilities, especially if you're talking about the M55, which is circa 380 brake in the OG M2s. I know why they didn't do it, but I'm very, very glad that they at least brought one out. I know there's a few other editions as well that you can get with the LSD, but the Championship having that LSD and the M Performance exhaust together just make this car a lot more track focused. So there we have it. That was the Championship Edition, 1 of 30 M140i. Now, I think this is the best version of the M140i that you can buy, and also one that I really, really wanted to show you guys. I am in no means a car reviewer, but it's just too special to not make a video on and show everyone who probably had never even heard of one what a Championship Edition is. Now, I want you to put down in the comments whether you think this is worth 29 grand, whether you think potentially in the future it's going to go up in value because it's a plaque car, or would you rather just get a normal M140i, put the same things on it aftermarket, and essentially say you've got a Championship Edition without the badges and without the plaques. But in my opinion, I do think that this is a good purchase. It's a super fun car to drive. It's night and day difference between the old 140i's. I'm glad they made it, and I'm also glad that we're able to have it in stock and potentially sell it to one of you guys. Before I go, please, please, please make sure to, if you haven't already, give us a like, give us a follow, subscribe, share, comment, do all of that. It helps us out more than you think. And just to keep in touch with any of our future videos, we obviously do a few of these car review videos when we've got something special in, day in the life videos of the car content. And yeah, it also helps out because we have you guys messaging us, letting us know that you've got a car that you potentially want to sell, and we'd be happy enough to take it off your hands. So if you do have anything that fits our criteria, mainly hot hatches, we love a hot hatch, an M car, anything like that, get in touch, let us know. We'll give you a good value for it, good price. As long as it's good service history, low owners, low miles, then we'll definitely look to potentially have it off you. But thank you very much for watching. We will catch you in the next one.